And one of the things that is so very, very clear is that as we look at leadership and leadership styles, you all are leaders already in your homes, on your jobs. People follow you. They look at what you do. They listen to what you say. And so you're practicing all of the good skills, and you're using the tools that you're learning here in order to perfect your leadership. When I was in college, working on my doctorate, I enrolled in a leadership program. It was a part of the curriculum. And there were 2 students in a class of about 35 students who had a 9.9 leadership score. And that was really very interesting. Now, the 9.9 and the 9.1, et cetera, probably is a little bit foreign to you right now because we're talking about servant leadership, we're talking about situational leadership, et cetera. But the 9.9 is a leadership style that says you're concerned about the tasks, making sure the tasks get done, and you're concerned about people, and making sure that the people are on board, that the people are well taken care of. That's my leadership style. There are other individuals in the class who had a 1.9, which meant that they didn't care about the task so much, but they cared about the people. And then when you had the leadership style that indicated that they didn't care about the people, but they were 9 for getting the task done, but a 1 with the people, that then turns out to be very much like Attila the Hun, in a manner of speaking. So one of the things that I've found is that it's all about collaboration, and you made reference to that this morning. It is about bringing the appropriate people to the table for decision making. And that's one of the things that we did when I was at the Northeast College. I was president there for 20 years. And at the time, the Northeast College only had 1 building, and that was our Automotive Technology Center. We had an out-of-district campus in North Forest that we were using with the school district. Now the challenge for us was, number 1, we have to acquire land, because we were operating out of storefronts and so forth. We have to acquire land. Number 2, we have to acquire buildings. Number 3, we were going to have to develop programs, because we know that students will come to the college if we have the programs that we need for them. So that was a task. It was annexation on the table, bond referendum on the table, and it required a leadership style that was engaging, that would convey to the community how this would benefit them. What is the value proposition? And that's one of the things that a lot of people look to hear about when you're approaching them. As a leader, that's something that we have to give thought to, careful thought. So I want to bring these individuals on board, but what is the value proposition for them? How am I going to craft that? Will it be a compelling message that will bring them on board? Well, over the years, we were able to acquire multiple campuses, multiple facilities in the Northeast sector. We were able to gain bond referenda to build extraordinary facilities at the Northeast College. We were able to complete annexation for the North Forest Independent School District. And it was a matter of crafting a message that made sense to the community, bringing the community on board as partners. That's a part of the collaboration that we're talking about, and it goes to that leadership style. It is really difficult to be successful at anything if you don't care about the people. You have to care about your people, and it has to be authentic. Now, what we did at the college as we start looking at how we now bring individuals together as a part of that interdisciplinary working relationship. Sent a team of 9 individuals to Evergreen, Olympia, Washington, where they were the first persons, the first of educators who were a part of learning communities. And that's essentially what we're talking about. How do you now develop learning communities where you have people who, for example, for us, we had a counselor, we had an advisor, we had discipline personnel, we had an individual.
It might not make any sense to you. So I'm gonna say it one more time. The idea here, what we're building here is capacities as leaders. We started by understanding our own leadership style. We started by understanding there's an authentic leadership style. Some people are Nachshon, some people are Moses. That's you.
It really codifies what Jesus would require of us for serving leadership, especially within the context. So I believe that the best way to join a conversation is by listening. And I believe that the best way to equip people is to empower them. And so with that being said, it would have to be serving leadership, because I believe serving the people that you're leading. Because if you're not serving people, if you're not pouring back into them, if you're not really putting them in a position to win, you're putting